This is split ash, and what I have here is spruce root. And with these items I'm going to make an arrow quiver. And I'm going to select the material that I need, and I'm going to soak it in water to make it pliable. This is a spruce root that was debarked and split down the center, and of course it's dried. What I did is I took a section of that and I soaked it overnight, and then I formed it into a round ring, and then I dried it. Okay, this is going to form the upper collar of an arrow quiver. This is spruce root. Amazing stuff to work with. I debarked it, split it in half. I feathered both ends, rolled it into a circle, and we're going to let it dry this way. I had it soaking overnight because when I harvest it I dry it out. So if this were fresh, you could do this right with the fresh root. The base and the ribs of the basket, I need an overall length of 24 inches, and I can be slightly over it. We need to have an odd number of ribs to do a continuous weave. I'm cutting these slightly over 24 inches. This is going to give us roughly a 3-inch base with 9-inch walls. And the way these are curling, the rough side is on the inside, a smoother side on the outside. And here's our odd piece. Okay, now I chose a root that is darker in color. I want the contrast. Okay, now I'm going to tighten it up. This has to fit inside the upper ring. Okay, now that we have that tight, we're going to start a weave with this. This is weaving the bottom of the quiver or basket. And you see we can do a continuous weave because I put that odd piece, the odd number rib in. We need to tuck these loose ends. Then we can trim them. When it dries, it will not come apart. Okay, right there, this is going to give us the base form of our basket or our quiver. And we want to slowly bend these . Okay, the weavers, I cut these in half, the ribs, so they're real small. Put this clamp on to hold it. That'll allow me to work the pieces like this. The hardest part is to get this started. Now that I got it a few up, we're going to adjust the diameter. And again, the diameter needs to be the size of this ring. Okay, now we have to splice in. Okay, we're going to splice in underneath this weave so it'll be hidden. I'm putting the smooth side out right there. And see, we're going over top of that last one. Right there, then you won't see it. Notice as we're weaving, I'm pushing these all tight against each other. We will continue this weave for 9 inches. To keep this from necking down and having the same consistency, I'm using a bottle here, and I'll just move that up. It would be nice to have something that would go the entire length, but I don't have that. I feathered that to make a smoother transition. For the continuous weave, you have to have that odd number of ribs. So that's why I added that short rib at the beginning. You have to keep moving that bottle up. Notice how tight I have it, so it's making a more consistent tube here. These weavers I only soaked for about 2 hours, and they became pretty pliable. This the weavers and ribs are black ash, and I had a video on how to make these split ash, and it makes really nice baskets, and it's great to work with. Native Americans use this for thousands of years, the black ash. Okay, that's the height that we want. Now we're going to terminate this. Remove our vitamin bottle. Okay, that kept it real straight. Okay, I'm not going to tuck these back because of the size. Normally what you would do is bend these over and push them in, but it's so small we don't want to lose this inside dimension. So what's going to hold it all together is we're going to weave spruce root around this and into the basket, and that will lock it together. I have spruce root here. Going to start it by having this tucked between the two. has to work as a needle. I like the smooth round part of the spruce root to be exposed rather than that split where there's the core. Okay, now I'm going in the opposite direction, and it's going to make a crisscross at the top. So we go through the same hole. This spruce root is a wonderful item to work with. And this spruce root is split, so each piece of root, you can see the center of the root there. So if you look at a cross section, it would look like a D. Then I'm putting the flat part against the object, and the rounded smooth part is exposed. And of course you see I'm trying to make the cross at the top there. If it's too tight, you got to open the hole up a little bit. This is the same technique that they sewed the birch bark canoes together with. And now we can cut it off. Okay, before we go any further, we're going to let this dry overnight. You can see the darker spruce root here, where we started. Now we just need to load it up with arrows also. You want to lightly sand the outside so that you don't have the sharp edges of the weavers. Okay, now that I have it prepped, I'm going to coat it with shellac. This will give it the same finish as the bow. And if the wood is still damp, the shellac will mix with the moisture. Because it's an alcohol base, alcohol does mix with water. This is for the inside. Okay, these small holes are now blocked with a piece of leather.